Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Lionsworld Weekly, where we bring you business insights. My name is Tian Xiang, and this is my boss, Mr. John Tan. Now, before we begin, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe to receive regular notifications on our live streams and videos. And also do remember that you can post questions at any time. It's just that we will answer all of them at a Q&A session at the end of the video. Now, let us recap on what we learned last week, where we talked about the $1 million nasi lemak recipe. Firstly, we learned about the entrepreneurial mindset, where you have to do from what you have and not what you might have in the future. Also, we did learn about thinking about the consumer, having your customer at heart so that you can run a successful business. Now, this week, we will be talking more about how to do effective marketing. Marketing is the lifeline for any business, and it is how you bring sales, it is how you bring customers, it is how you continue to run. But most people don't know how to do marketing or what is the essence of marketing, because marketing is a very big word. So this week, we will be covering more on that topic. Mr. Tan, please.
Okay, what we simply discussed last week is the basic things of how to do business, how to be entrepreneurs. And at the same time, we also discuss at this COVID-19 time, please don't chase after the high-fly industry. Let's go back to basic. After the video was live, we received some comments, interesting comments. Most of the comments are putting doubt on whether actually this can work. You have the doubt because it's not a complicated industry. It's too simple to believe. Simple thing is great. But this week, I will discuss something about how to make a great store. How to do a great store. And what is actually marketing means. Definition of marketing. I met many fresh graduates who come forward for recruitment. You're talking about hundreds. And many of them say they apply the job because they study marketing. And when I ask them, please define the word marketing, they really can't. What is marketing? Marketing is a very simple thing, but if you think complicatedly, then it's very complicated. A lot of people like to use bombastic words to explain simple things. And that makes them very complicated. Marketing is simple, it's an action. For you to reach your consumer or customer. It's an action that you do so that people know what are you doing and where are you. And that's about it. There is no other complicated issue within the marketing. The lecturers in the university teach you all the marketing, what shop, what 4P, 5P. Let's throw all this away. Think away how to let people know you are there, and think away, let people know what are you doing. In proper term, this called reach. Now, presently, people keep talking about social media. Social media will make you rich and so on and so on. In fact, social media, principle of social media is not news. It is a 1960, 70 technology. Let's think back. What our akong do? What your grandfather do when they do business in 1960, 70? No handphone, no internet. But how they do business? Simple. Every customer walk in, they will never forget to tell the customer, please introduce a friend to my shop, or please introduce a friend. The best, they have so-called name card marketing. They print out a name card, and when they see human being, they'll pass one and pass one and pass one. They distribute name card like hell. All these actions is mean to let more people know about you, to let people know what you are doing. They depends on word of mouth, 1960, 70. Unless you have a very big corporation that you can afford to throw money on advertising. If not, you depend on personal pushing out yourself. Social media is doing what they do, but in a larger scale. Because you can simply go to everywhere and shout that, hey, I'm so and so what I'm doing. I met many new businessmen. They started their new business because the major business of mine is forming company. And I see so many failure. I talk to them. I say, how many reach you do a day? They don't even understand what I'm asking. I say, okay, never mind. How many times you tell people what you're doing? Where are you? One day. They do zero. Many do zero. So you expect people know you automatically, know where you are, know what you're doing by themselves. It is a crazy thought to think. If I did have a very interesting product or technology, people will hug me. That is wrong. It's you tell people how wonderful you are, then people hug you. So when you sell Lasaloma, don't forget your customer is your neighbor. Make sure you reach them. One day, minimum 1-200. I always tell the restaurant who fail to say, why keep changing your menu? No one in your shop to eat your food. Go out and tell people you have this restaurant here and how good you are so that they come and try. That solve your problem rather than keep hiding yourself in the kitchen. Marketing is talking about reach. Reach is talking about effective reach. Effective reach means when you talk to someone, they have very minimum of time. They may give you 2 seconds or 3 seconds. And If you don't treasure the 2-3 seconds, the one you're talking to switch off. And you waste your effort.
So what you're saying is that it's not sufficient enough just to be able to reach them, is you have to capture their attention in that very, very short amount of time.
Yes, you have to deliver your message in the short time. Short time. 2 seconds, 3 seconds. Don't take too long. So, if one day you can have 1,000 reach and you still fail your missions, then your product is not good. Then your product really got problem. It's not possible. I give you another example of effective reach. 1960-70, you see a lot of people knocking door by door to sell item. You may not aware. Knock at 1,000 door, 600 no response, 100 was out. Don't want. Another 100 open the door, slam back straight away, not even have a chance for you to speak one words. And you may effectively only have 50 door open up for 2-3 seconds. So intelligent salesmen will always prepare maybe a free sample. So their first sentences come out from their mouths is, "Uncle, this is free for you." Then the uncle is willing to give you another few seconds. This free sample become effective reach. If you open the last Roma store, have the gut to give free for a week, this will give you reach. You have achieved the social media. The free for you to eat for a week will be a small talk in town among the neighbor.
So is it accurate to say that what you're trying to do here is you're trying to create a talking point for people to circulate on social media?
Correct. You need, why people have to share and circulate your product or your services is because you give them something to talk about it. If you have nothing to talk about it, then I must be crazy for nothing to tell my friend or post a video to my friends, share with them. People, my friend will ask me, why you keep throwing rubbish to me and then nothing contents. So you have to learn how to create a talking point. Last Roma need talking point. You have to create a talking point. Then next in line, you have to learn how to make your store outstanding at that area. I tell you, you're lucky. If you walk around, not many stores outstanding. Everybody looks the same. So you have to be outstanding. So people will just put their eyes on it. You have to attract the eyeball to your store. The basic first thing you do is your store must be bright and very bright. Don't save electricity by 1 till 2 till. Because human nature, we have a habit of attracted by light. And if your light is all the same, uniform types of everyone, then no ice ball is attracted to you. Second, your servicing staff, whether it's auntie or uncle, dress them up brightly, cheerfully. Don't believe uncle, auntie don't have to dress up. You have to dress them up nicely so that people come to your store and look at your service people, they feel better. Oh, is a dress up is expensive? No, it's not expensive. It's a color scheme of a t-shirt and a pants. Nothing expensive. Of course, your service staff must be clean. Clean is a basic thing of make people cheerful. So, and never forget to reach out to all your neighbor. If there is 20 block, you cover 20 block. If there's 50 block, you cover 50 block. Exchange your flyer with one free meal. They just bring a flyer, you give them free nasi lemak. Nothing wrong. You should thank them for coming to your store to take the free nasi lemak. You have to thank them. Never stingy in creating relationship. Now, I met a NTU student recently. He is accounting in NTU. I tell him, from this hour, you are not only need to acquire the knowledge of accounting, you have to acquire your network. He asked me, what is that? I said, very simple. You have a very best opportunity compared to people who already started, that you have a lot of faculty in your university. Collect handphone number of all faculty's classmates. Doctor, engineers, anyone. Don't stream them. And after you collected the number, next morning, what do? Send them a message, say good morning. You have to send 20 times before he would like to respond to you. You send 50 times, he become your friends. When you come to the society, if you are going for the public practicing, you need all these people to help you. That is social media. If your handphone inside have less than 1,000 to 2,000 people in your phone book or in your WhatsApps, you fail. Never mistaken. You have a good product or good food, people will automatically hug you. That is wrong. 100% wrong. I see so many businessmen, new startup. They fail because they are not emphasizing on creating reach. You have to create reach, a lot of reach every day. Every possible effort is put on the reach. Every effort. And reach, many channel is free or charge, but it's an effort and your sincerity. If you don't know a lot of people's from all trade, you are a failure. You fail to create the relationship. You fail in making the social media work for you. Social media may not necessarily internet. Don't mistaken. My akong, don't Mrs. Times, they already know how to social media. But physically. Now I have a question. Do I? So-called, is the reach applicable for all products? Reach applicable as long as you're in business. As long as you want to establish yourself, stand up as a human beings, reach is applicable. Reach is not just applicable to sell and promote your products. Reach is applicable even for your normal life. Do I have another question?
Yes. So we do have other questions. Is actually, in that case, is marketing more important than the product itself, do you think?
First of all, product must be reasonable. If you are selling a new product, mean overnight last longer, I tell you should feel guilty yourself for doing it. Principle of doing business is not cheat and scam. But you don't need to go to top end of last loma. You say I'm going to sell a last loma with Abalone. You don't need to do so. Once you have a reasonable products, marketing is definitely more important than product after that. Do I have another
Yes.
question?
So in that case, because we mentioned earlier about talking point and how important it is to the marketing campaign, what if the talking point itself is a negative point? Like, is negative publicity help the product itself, do you think?
A product or services without creating reach, you don't have them. You really don't have them. If no one know your products, or only a handful of people know your product, you're not in business. Business are established on reach. The more people know what you're doing, the more people know who you are, then you are successful. This would, in fact, I don't understand the university structure of Singapore don't teach a 4R. In fact, keep emphasizing a 4P. This reach is the first R. Any question more?
So how come some new coffee stores, when they start up, they have very, very long queue, but then eventually this long queue just kind of disappears as time goes by?
Don't be too happy when you open your store. First day you see very crowded. Because curiosity is the basic human nature. So if your initial launch attract curiosity, then you have to maintain the rapport with the consumer that you have. Don't forget, I tell you, I'm sure if you're old enough or slightly old enough, there is such thing called name card collector. These people employ students, go to all exhibition, and every store they go ask for name card. After come back, They do nothing. So you must have a plan. After collected the name card, what should you do to the name card? How many messages will you send to this guy or this name card owner? You cannot first one to send them, and first message send them is, hey, I'm selling this, you want to buy or not? I tell you, you frighten them away. So you must have a plan. Might be a series of 5 to 6 action of letter spread over 2 months. And when the first time the name card come to your table, today you send this message, thanks him for entertaining you at the exhibition and so on, and say he's good. Then second message say, hello, oh, okay, I'm catching up with you. 1 week ago, I sent you this email and so on and so on and so on. You do have to send them 6 to 8 times without talking about business. Then they become your friend. Turn your contact become friends. Another question.
So, Ms. Joa asks, how do you actually maintain the queue then? Because just now you did talk about you cannot be complacent with the long queue at the start. So how do you continue maintaining this queue? Because you can't keep giving away free things to customers and such.
Simple. Use human nature. Marketing strategy is riding on human nature. You know, you can do this if you're selling restaurant. Every week, you will have different fee gift for anyone who come to you. Maybe this week, hairband. It's only 10 cents per band. Next week, free ruler. It's only 5 cents one piece. Third week, give a small toy. Maintain that for a few months. They become a habit to come and collect gift. 10 cents, 5 cents, 15 cents, create a friends. Next question.
How much budget would you recommend to set aside for any marketing campaign?
You have not understand my entrepreneur spirit statement called do from what you have. Look at your pocket. If you can afford $5, the budget is $5. Just spend the $5. If you have $10, spend the $10. Of course, if you have 1 million, a lot of people will like you. Okay, so there's no budget. Budget is yourself. You know, if you really don't have budget, then I tell you another way. This week, last Roma got extra egg. 1 egg 20 cents. Detail price. If you work in industry, you'll get it at maybe 15 cents. Next week, extra fish. 1 fish only 10-20 cents. Because you're now buying the cod fish. So if you don't have much budget, or you don't have a source to research for good gift, then use your existing what you have. Don't think about earning money greatly right from start. Think about you have a share in the market before you're talking about profitability. Do I have a next question?
So is it all right to say that, or rather, is it all right to think that perhaps one of the more basic human nature is greed?
It is sad to say yes, but it is yes. You see, everywhere you get free thing, you see a lot of queue. You say them greed. Well, I should say all human are. All human are. However, it's only that when we are educated in a school, teacher tell us cannot greet, so we put a code outside our body. But naturally, you are still greed. So one of the marketing strategy is targeting a human nature called greed. But certify their greed is not easy. You only can do from what you have. Next question.
Are you saying that perhaps we should continue to run promotions for any kind of product?
I have answered the question. Yes. No business should go without marketing.
What if the competition also do the same? Then how do we stand out from our competition?
Very simple. Competition is good. So more people are aware about the products in the market. However, don't have to scare. Anyway, you can't eat the market. You can't expect zero competition. Don't try to think you can have 100% market share. Well, let's share. Do I have next question?
So for now, we will end the session here. Thank you so much, everybody, for putting in all your questions and submitting all your answers as well as your comments. I do see very many comments in the chat. Now, to summarize this entire...
What is that?
Hang on. Don't worry. To summarize this entire session, marketing is truly the lifeline of any business. And there are several learning points that we will be highlighting in the highlights video that we will be releasing in a couple of days. So do look out for that as well. Now, we do have a winner for our lucky draw, because for all the questions and comments that you guys sent in, we do pick one lucky person to win the lucky draw from the comment section. And we are pleased to announce that Miss Vivian, you have won the lucky draw for today. So we will be posting our contact details in the chat. Please do contact us so that we can proceed with this entire thing. Now, Mr. Tan, thank you for your time today.
Now, before I go, my dear friend, I tell you one thing. Never doubt about creating reach. If you always believe you are not going to tell anyone what you're doing, what you are selling, then why you sell things? And do a count every day if you're at the start point. How many reach today you've done? Do it. In my philosophy, a system is created to ensure we reach more than 5,000 a day. Just do. And don't selectively select your reach. Don't say, oh, I want target market, so I only want to talk to these people because the rest useless to me. No, the rest is useful to you too. Don't select your reach, but only do effective reach means that the one who deceive you must deceive clearly. Must really deceive clearly. Don't talk long story. Make your sentences or reach short. When I say short, it's nothing more than 5 seconds. And never select your reach. Please don't select your reach. Just go. Target 5,000 a day. If you never achieve it, please say sorry and tomorrow try again. And if you can reach 5,000 a day, whatever you sell, you will success. Okay, so end of the day, if you can afford the time, please click the like, click the share, click the subscribe. That is to help us to have wider telecast. Thank you so much.